Well, hey families, this is Jeff, and welcome to the JC Kids Nailed It Challenge. Now, you may or may not be aware that there is a really popular show on Netflix called Nailed It. And on Nailed It, they bring in just some regular schlubs like me, and they present to them a really magnificently decorated something, normally a cake or something like that. And then they give them some basic instructions on how to replicate it themselves, and then they turn them loose. There's cameras, there's people talking, there's timers. It's all very nerve-wracking. Sometimes people do a great job and they really are able to replicate this masterfully decorated cake, but most of the time, I've got some of the results right here. This one right here, I think this is the first episode I ever watched, actually. I'm going to peek over the top there, of this teacup. So obviously they were going for this, and someone did this. And at the end, they all say, nailed it. So, wow, that was bad. But, oh, it gets worse. Here's some pigs in a little mud puddle. And I don't know, I think I see pig butts there, which is an interesting deal. Nailed it. And this one is, wow. I would love to get a cake that looked like that. This would make me think maybe a psychopath was coming to get me. Nailed it. Well, that's going to be our idea this week. And I've got here, I'm going to put this website in the comments on YouTube. I'll put it in the comments on our JC Kids Facebook group, and I'll also email this to you. But I've got a website here where we can make origami tigers. Now, I wanted to do a cake or something like that, but I don't want to send everyone to the grocery stores searching for ingredients. The grocery stores are a little wonky right now. I'm personally trying to avoid them. So I wanted to do something that we had around the house, and we all have paper of some type around the house. Now, if you notice on this website, there's kind of a beginner tiger here. This would be perfect for your kids to try and replicate. And then there's a more, they call this intermediate tiger. It looks pretty advanced to me. That would be perfect for parents because I want parents for you to get in on this as well. So here are my instructions for you this week to take part in the JC Kids Nailed It Challenge. Head to this website, and like I said, I'll get you the web address. Get your kids hooked up on that beginner tiger face and help them go through it. Now listen, they may or may not be able to follow all the instructions perfectly, but honestly, they can nail it just as well as the people on the TV show do, right? Don't go for perfection. Don't help them go back and fix things. Just help them go through it and see what they come up with. And parents, I want you to go through and make that intermediate paper tiger as well. See how the paper tiger, see, it kind of ties into what we're doing in the auditorium, right? So I want you to go through that. Maybe it's something you do with your kids around. Maybe it's something you do after they go to bed when you're searching for, something to kind of keep yourself entertained as you're kind of in your house quite a bit now. I think this is something to kind of take our minds off of some of the stuff that's going on. So have your kids make that beginner paper tiger. You make the intermediate paper tiger. And I want you to take pictures and get them up on Facebook. Send them over to the JC Kids Facebook group and just hashtag it JC Kids Nailed It. And let's see how well you can nail these instructions. Me and my kids are going to do this over the next couple of days. I'll get mine up. I'm sure mine is going to look exactly like the picture does because I'll follow the instructions without a problem. Probably not, actually. I'll probably mess it up pretty good. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of your Paper Tiger Origami Nailed It Challenge creations. Now, why are we doing this? Well, in Kids Church, we had a main point, and it was this: to play on God's team, I must follow His instructions. And we looked at the time in Jesus' life when the Pharisees were challenging Jesus to come up with the most important instructions or commands from the Old Testament of the Bible. And Jesus said, hey, I'm going to give you two, and all of the instructions and commands all boil down to this: love God and love others. And it was made really clear that it is really important that we do follow Jesus' instructions. We follow the instructions that we find in the Bible. That's how we are a part of God's team. It's not optional to follow instructions. We can't say, well, yeah, I love God and I want to follow Him, but I'm just going to do it my own way. It just doesn't work that way. When we don't follow the instructions that God gives us, we don't wind up living this perfect life that He created just uniquely us to live. Just like when we don't follow the instructions when we watch Nailed It, we wind up with very hideous looking cakes. And if we don't follow the instructions perfectly on our origami tigers, Well, I can only look forward to see what it is we all come up with. So, remember that to play on God's team, we have to follow His instructions and have fun taking part in the JC Kids Nailed It Challenge this week. Can't wait to see your pictures. Bye-bye, everyone.